What's going on? This is Colin. How's everybody doing? I've got a good one. We are in front of Judge Stansbury in Ohio. We like Judge Stansbury. He's a good judge. He's fun, and this is going to show how much fun he is. He's got a little bit of a hippie guy in front of him. Can I say hippie? Is that still a word we can use? I don't know. If it is, if it isn't, I'm sorry if I offended anybody. But this one's funny. This guy says some weird things, including he's watched every episode of Suits. He also says some other kind of strange things. It's fun. It's a good way to start our morning. All right. I'm Colin. We're cooling. Let's go.
Andrew Roginski. Is the G hard? Is it Roginski?
No, I'm hardly a G. Hi.
How you doing?
Marvelous. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well, thank you. Do you understand your rights?
All right, right off the bat. Come on. Is the G hard? Did I pronounce your name right? No, I'm hardly a G. I mean, come on.
Court?
Yeah, I think so.
May I have your rights form, please?
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
I'm like a third grader.
Not a problem.
In English.
So, did you get a copy of your ticket?
Yeah, it's in my car.
Not a problem. Did you read it?
I did.
You understand you've been cited for speeding?
Yeah, the only reason I'm really here is because I felt like I was, my time was like an inconvenience, and the cadence of like the routine traffic stop like just wasn't like as cool as I would have expected. Well, my truth that I remember is just like accelerating to like 7 miles over the speed limit, and then jamming my my cruise going uphill. I did get to 55, 57 very quickly. However, I was like hoping we could maybe negotiate like an antithesis of a Faustian bargain. I would love it because I'm just working part-time.
Well, the only bargains we have in this courtroom are Faustian, so...
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, we'll see, buddy. I actually already bribed you non-pejoratively when I walked in the building today.
How's that?
It was how was it? The action was riddled with spontaneous kindness.
Well, good. I'm glad to hear that. We need more of that in this
Oh,
court.
yeah, your bail was my star witness. Because I'm not like fully gainfully employed, it would be cool for you guys to drop the charges and maybe waive my court costs, and then I will go swoop up my friend who I'm playing music with today, and we'll go around to like all of the reasonably in proximity like nursing homes or end of life and play some oldies tunes for some people on their way out. Yeah, if you waive the cost, that would help with gas a little bit.
Well, it's a novel proposition. I've been up here for 15 and a half years and can honestly say I've never had anybody propose that to me before. Unfortunately, I don't have the authority on my own to just simply dismiss it. You can enter a plea of not guilty, and you'll have an opportunity to speak with the prosecutor the next time you come back before any proceedings ever get underway. But as far as today's concerned, it's really just an opportunity.
What do you think the chances are of me entering a not guilty plea, having a discussion with the prosecutor, having just jumped around today and done it anyways, and see if he'll drop it, and maybe I'll pay court costs at that point?
Well, so here's the deal. A prosecutor doesn't get involved until a plea of not guilty is entered. You can talk to him before any proceedings start, any trial or anything like that, to see if they are willing to work with you. Now, I'll be upfront with you. They typically do not do that, okay? I don't want to waste your time and say, oh, maybe they'll help you.
I don't want to waste yours either. So, like, my only, like, question on like potential for entering a not guilty plea would be is there any like legal validity to me traveling like uphill, him not disclosing where he was or where he got me from, and then clearing the speed on the gun so I couldn't see it after I requested it? Will things like that combined hold up to maybe just get this thing tossed, and then I'll go play some music for your community, like regardless?
Well, here's what I'll tell you. If you were to plead not guilty today, the matter would be assigned to a judge and set for a trial. If you couldn't work anything out with the prosecutor, you're going to have the right to cross-examine the officer. You can ask him, how come I couldn't see where you were? How come you erased the printout on your radar gun before I was able to see it?
Yeah,
you can get into all those
things. Traffic stop felt disingenuous.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to go ahead and explore that, then you need to enter a plea of not guilty today, and then come back and have your day in court.
Is that, 2 days at that point, right?
Yeah.
Dude, this honors Latin's really paying off, and watching every episode of Suits.
Okay.
For sure. No, but, I really just, if the traffic stop didn't feel so disingenuous, I think I probably just would have paid the ticket and moved
Sure.
down here. I do have my proof of insurance today.
Okay.
I have it on my phone, but Like, is it better for just me to go and use your online portal at this point, or
Well, you didn't-
should I show it to you now?
You don't have to show it to me because number one, I'm going to take your word for it, and number two, you didn't have an accident. So I'll go ahead and mark off that that's been satisfied. Do you want to do the not guilty plea and have your day in court?
Like, just have you ever witnessed or resided over a case where the location of where the officer radared from, the elevation, accelerating uphill, like there's tons of discrepancies. I think one is like the cosine effect of gathering telemetry data. There's tons of discrepancies when capturing like a speed radar while there's an elevation change. And
All right, now this guy's going from charming to a little frustrated. Yeah, I mean, if you have all the details, sounds like this guy's a numbers guy. He knows his math. Good for him. Those are good skills to have. He could potentially win this case if what he's saying is true, but you have to prove that in court. Now's not the time. You saw how Judge kind of went from, happy-go-lucky to like, okay, man, this has been 5 minutes. Like, I don't know what you're asking me anymore. I can't give you advice.
I would love to come back here and just argue for fun and question the officer. If he doesn't show up at that point, is the case dropped?
So here's the court's policy. Typically, if they're under subpoena and they've been served and they don't show up, I usually give the party who had the witness under subpoena a continuance. And then if they don't show up the second time, I don't. And they would have to dismiss because they couldn't prove anything without their witness.
Am I going to incur more court costs with the extra time that you're requiring me to be here to go through this?
If you plead not guilty today, the case will be randomly assigned to a judge. The court costs come in the form of like the cost for a subpoena, and then there's some other things that they throw in there. So the simple answer to your question is yes. If you plead not guilty today, and if you're either convicted or plead not guilty next time, there would be more court costs than there would be if you just resolved it today.
Am I required to pay the court cost to subpoena the officer? If
you're found not guilty, you're not going to have a fine, you're not going to have a conviction, and you won't be responsible for any court costs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So, what is the likelihood if he doesn't show up that it would, like, the result would be a not guilty?
I can't tell you that because I don't know.
I mean,
there's too many variables here.
The amount of your experience, and I think what a lot of defense attorneys would label as excessive fairness. That's not what I've seen today. You seem really great, dude. Can you just give me like a ballpark of what the chances of that?
I really can't because I've had probably hundreds of bench trials.
Yeah, I know, and I'm about to ask AI, but it doesn't have any bench trials.
Yeah.
So I prefer your opinion, ideally.
I've had cases where the officer's memory was faulty and didn't remember things, and I entered a not guilty finding. I've entered guilty findings in many cases because the evidence was there, and I found that officer to be credible and that they knew how to use the machine. Now, there's another thing, if we really want to get into the weeds. In order for an officer to be able to testify about a traffic violation, they have to prove that they were wearing the uniform of the day and operating a clearly marked cruiser. That's why we don't have undercover cars out on the interstates like they do.
All right, for any of you watching this right now, this is the state of Ohio. I wouldn't use that argument if you're not in Ohio. But I just learned something. I didn't know that was a thing in Ohio, and I live in Ohio. But also, I don't know if I've ever seen plain marked cars on the highway pulling people over. So yeah, I guess let's go.
In West Virginia,
yeah,
because the officers wouldn't be able to testify to it. Pretty sure Officer Bell would come in here and say, "Yeah, I was wearing my uniform and I had the cruiser," and you would know whether he did or not because you were there that day.
Yeah.
So what I can tell you in a ballpark figure is, I can't tell you what would happen, other than the fact that if you believe that you are either A, not guilty of this, or B, that there was something inherently improper and unlawful about how this was handled, then have your day in court.
Maybe not unlawfully, but excessively.
Now I gotta be nice.
Sorry, I apologize, Francois.
All right, tell you what. Unless you tell me right now that you decide you want to just be done with it and guilty or no contest, I'm going to go ahead and do a not guilty plea for you today, and then you'll have the time between now and the time you come back to decide whether you're going to contest it. You'll have the chance to talk to the prosecutor, and you can take it from there.
So I can change my plea to no contest.
The next time.
Pay the fine next time.
Yeah, absolutely, and we will give you time to pay. So typically we give you 90 days to pay, and I'm good for always at least one extension. The clerks would probably tell you too many extensions.
Extensions would be great for you.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it. So you want to do the not guilty today?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your address?
43028.
Okay. It's Knox County, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and release you on your own recognizance. We're going to send you a letter in the mail, and you can track your own case online.
Yeah.
All right.
The natives probably call it Fort Knox.
There you go. Thank you.
Thanks for your time, dude.
All right, you as well. Christopher Deckard.
You seem like a pretty fast.
Thanks for your time, dude. This is why, like, if there's a better word than hippie, I don't know it, but yeah. Anyways, I left the next guy in. I think his case is only about 10 seconds, but the judge makes kind of a comment about it, and yeah, it's funny. So, but it's really short. I'm just gonna let the rest of this video play out. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Not the normal dramatic videos I usually play, but sometimes we need to laugh, and it's a good way to start our Thursday, our Friday Eve. So please hit that like button, subscribe, hype, leave a comment. Let me know if you like more of these things. Like not really a feel good clip, but not people yelling at each other. But you guys are awesome. Have a great rest of your day, and until next time, bye.
Judge, I really like that.
I appreciate that. All right, come on up. You understand your rights?
Sure do, boss. I mean, Your Honor, sorry.
All right, this is not casual day at the Licking County Municipal Court, all right? And I'd appreciate if you don't drop any F-bombs.
No.
All right, remember how I said that, these things don't just magically resolve themselves?
Yes, sir.
Well, there's always an exception to every rule, right?
Yes, sir.
So we have a local rule that requires any officer who's filing, whether they be traffic citations, whether they be criminal charges, they're required to submit what's called a statement of facts. That is required because the judges want to know exactly what they're saying happened. Now, I know that what they're saying happened is that you were displaying fictitious registration plates on your vehicle, in essence, that they didn't belong to the vehicle that they were attached to. However, this particular officer didn't give me any factual statement. And the remedy for that is that I dismissed the citation. Now, it doesn't mean they couldn't refile it, but in my experience, I think it would probably be very unusual if they were to do so. But if they do show up at your house, be cooperative. But for today, I'm dismissing this, and if I were you, I'd buy yourself a Powerball ticket on your way home because it's your lucky day. All right?
Thank you, sir.
You have a good day. All right, Paulino Amaya.